Ni hao, and thank you for joining us today for U.S. Business Day in Taiwan. I'm Adriana Cruz. I'm the Executive Director of the Texas Economic Development and Tourism Office in the Office of Governor Greg Abbott. And I'm here to talk to you about the state of Texas as an investment location as you're considering locations in the United States for your future investment. So I've got some information to share with you on the state of Texas. So a little bit about our office. We are within the Office of Governor Greg Abbott, and our mission is to improve the economic prosperity for all Texans. And we do that through a number of ways. We market and promote Texas as a premier business location and tourism destination. We help Texas companies export their goods and services into international markets. We administer the state incentive programs. We facilitate new jobs and capital investment through helping external companies locate into the state and also helping our existing companies to grow. We serve as a central source of economic research, and we establish strategies to address growth in strategic industry sectors. Our office is divided into 6 divisions: business and community development, economic development finance, the Texas Workforce Investment Council. Tourism is handled through our Travel Texas division, and we also focus on our creative industries through the Texas Music Office and the Texas Film Commission. So why do companies consider locating in Texas? Here's some interesting statistics for you. Texas is really unique in the United States. We have no corporate income tax and no personal income tax, and in fact, have one of the lowest tax burdens in the country. We're the nation's leader in terms of job growth. If we were our own country, we would be the 9th largest economy in the world, and we were the nation's top exporter for the 19th year in a row, with exports valued at almost $280 billion. We are recognized pretty regularly. We receive numerous awards and accolades, mainly for our business climate, for the activity in terms of economic development that we see. But Chief Executive Magazine ranked Texas as the best state for business for the 17th year in a row. And Site Selection Magazine awarded Texas the Governor's Cup for the most economic development projects in the country for the 9th year in a row. And we're very, very proud of these awards and accolades that we receive. We continue to be the nation's jobs leader. And you can see here the 10-year job growth in Texas versus the other states in the United States. And a lot of companies select Texas because of our diverse and growing workforce. More than 14 million strong, the Texas labor pool is the 2nd largest in the United States and continues to be very fast growing. Texas is a popular location for talent to relocate, and Texas saw the highest population growth of any state in the 2020 census, with more than 4 million people added to the Lone Star State. And you can see here the locations where some of these people are relocating from. So Texas, this is in 2019, had almost 367,000 inbound migration, or people moving into the state. And you can see the locations where people are moving from within the United States. Texas has a very robust infrastructure and is a multimodal access point to the world. You can reach all domestic and international markets from Texas by land, sea, and air. And we'll get into detail on some of those ports of entry. So the Texas ports of entry, you can see on this map, a very dynamic transportation network with $70 billion committed over the next 10 years to new roadway projects. Our commercial airports in Texas, we have 380 airports, including 26 commercial airports, making up the 2nd largest airport system in the United States. And we're home to 6 of the top 50 busiest airports in the country. In terms of our seaports, and foreign trade zones, you have easy access to the world. Texas seaports and foreign trade zones are among those that handle the most of the nation's top cargo. We have 16 seaports, including 11 deepwater ports, and 33 foreign trade zones, the most of any other state in the United States. In terms of international trade and foreign direct investment, we continue to rank as the #1 exporter in the US. And for the 8th consecutive year, Texas leads the nation in high-tech exports. And we're a top-ranked destination for foreign direct investment as well. These are some of the international companies that call Texas home. As I mentioned before, Texas is the #1 state in terms of foreign direct investment. And the relationship between Texas and Taiwan continues to be strong and is growing. The total Taiwanese population in Texas is more than 22,000. We're the top US state for exports to Taiwan. And since 2015, Texas exports to Taiwan have grown by $4 billion, and imports from Taiwan to Texas have grown by $2 billion. And Texas is a popular destination for Taiwanese investment, the second largest destination in the United States. And we can't talk about Texas without talking about our quality of life, from the food to the music to the outdoor recreation. There's always something to do, art and culture, and a great place to live and a very affordable place to live as well. I wanted to talk a little bit about the top industry sectors in Texas. And these are the targeted growth industries that we see: information technology, advanced manufacturing, petroleum refining and chemical products, biotechnology and life sciences, corporate services, energy, both traditional oil and gas and renewable energy, aerospace, aviation, and defense, and the creative industries. And I'll give you a little bit of detail on some of our specific industries. I'll start with the semiconductor industry. And Texas was the birthplace of the integrated circuit. So the semiconductor industry is very important to our state, and we've been a global leader in semiconductors from the industry's beginning. We're home to major manufacturing and corporate facilities for some of the world's largest semiconductor companies who continue to expand their presence in the state. Automotive manufacturing, we're home to a well-established automotive manufacturing sector that continues to grow. We're a right-to-work state, so Texas is nationally ranked in the top 10 for automotive manufacturing employment. And that includes automotive manufacturers like General Motors, Toyota, and a new addition that just announced in 2020, Tesla. As we talk about Tesla, the electric vehicle industry, Texas is becoming a national hub for electric vehicle manufacturing at a very rapid speed. The electric transportation sector contributed about $690 million to the Texas economy, and statewide last year, more than 1,200 electric transportation-related businesses employed about 7,000 people. So we're excited about the future of electric vehicles in the state of Texas. And you can see some of the manufacturers that we have in the state. Gatik is a recent relocation. Tesla announced in 2020 and is building their Gigafactory just southeast of Austin that will employ 5,000 and is a capital investment of $1 billion. And I'll talk a little bit about broadband. In 2019, Governor Abbott formed the Governor's Broadband Development Council to address the need for the expansion of broadband in the state. And during the 87th legislative session, the Broadband Development Office was established to enhance broadband services throughout underserved areas of Texas. And here's a map of our broadband infrastructure. Connected Nation Texas publishes a map of broadband service with speeds of at least 25 Mbps download and 3 Mbps upload. So that's the end of my presentation and information on Texas. Texas is a land of opportunity. We are seeing many companies look to Texas as a location for their entry into the U.S. market and for a location for them to grow. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact our office. We're available to assist you and answer any questions that you might have about locating in Texas and doing business in the great state of Texas. Sheshe.